good time to do that, first of all, because the way asset management, fund management in India is growing, there is going to be a bigger and bigger demand for good quality fund managers. So if anybody is looking to do it, then the timing is in their favor. At the same time, it is a small industry. The fund management industry is a very closed industry, and to break into it, you get people's attention by at a lateral level, because then at a lateral level you can't just say, look, I went to this great university and I topped my college, because there's been some time to that. So what is it that you bring to the table? You need to then demonstrate. The conversations you will have will be around, okay, tell me your top 3 ideas. So you need to be prepared to discuss, which are your 3 most favorite companies. If I was to meet you and say, look, great, you already have good work experience, the industry is different. You may be in any other industry, chemicals or pharmaceuticals or banking, it doesn't matter. But if you want to become a fund manager, tell me 3 companies or 4 companies or 5 companies that we can discuss, because then I'm assessing how your mind works, how analytical you are. When you analyze a company, have you considered all the risks? Have you considered all the upsides? Have you looked at, like we use Michael Porter's model to analyze every company. So, which means that we have to assess the risk versus a distributor, a supplier, competitor, the company itself, and the risk of new entrants. So have you thought about that? Now, the best way to train yourself, if you're a lateral shift aspirant, is to read a lot, about the company's annual reports. You should be reading annual. And again, you don't have to go and do a course, or if you really want to do a course which is analytical, there are a lot of courses available on Coursera and, other universities which are almost free. You just need to spend your time. You need to fill in the gap in your skill set if you think there is a gap. But then it is about effort to demonstrate your passion by being ready with some ideas, conviction ideas, where you say that, look, I'm so bullish that this stock you buy at 100 rupees, the fair value is 500 rupees, and this is why it is 500 rupees. I've worked it out. I'll explain to you by numbers. I'll explain to you through my research. Then I think, you are ready. If you're mentally at that place already, then I think you have a great shot at being, of an interest to a lot of fund management companies to hire you, if not as a fund manager to start with, but as a senior research person. So it is possible, but you need to, show that you are you're being value added to that company. So to do that, again, don't go back to college, maybe too late already to do that. Spend your time on the internet, find out the courses that help you, do a lot of research, whichever company you identify, go meet its distributors, suppliers, analysts, prepare a nice research report about the company, and then present that research report if you go and meet a fund management company, because that's what they would like to see, rather than what your academic credentials are. Lateral shifters, absolutely. And the good thing is that with social media, you have a lot more ability to put out your ideas and catch attention, so you don't have to restrict yourself. So if you have a great idea that you followed, put it on Twitter, put it on LinkedIn. Say you have to put your say as a fund manager. We are always putting ourselves out there. We are talking about our investments. We're not shy of failing. We're not. We do a lot of research work. We do a lot of build conviction. And there are times when we go wrong. And we only hope that we go wrong a lot less than we go right. But we will go wrong. But there is no fund manager in the world who's 100% right. Even if you're 60% right, that's great. You've done a wonderful job. So, but what that means is that 40% of the time you will be wrong, and you have to have the humility to accept it. And once you start with that, then putting out your research, putting out your thought in public, so that people can read it and the word spreads that, look, you are a good analyst. People will call you ask you for your advice. Fund manager like us, if we read reports from you on one of the social media channels, we may call you and say, look, this was very interesting. We read this report that you wrote, and it may be an amateurish report, but we thought some interesting things. So can you come over and meet us? And we would like to know more from you. That's the way you make the shift. You cannot go through a formal interview process of applying and somebody calling you. You need to showcase your research. If you plan to move in a lateral manner.